Like, I woke him upside down. I was like, no! Yeah.
She gave him the high smoke.
She's like, get on my face! And pushed him all up.
I
like,
just
face
noped
palmed
him. I just noped him.
Slow motion turns, which is
I'm surprised I didn't get in trouble. It was just a knee-jerk
Nothing mushy?
reaction.
Welcome to the Spook Hallow, people. First episode of Spook Chat.
Hi.
So normally, we typically answer your questions and talk about your comments, but today we're just going to talk amongst ourselves and have fun with it. So before we started, you asked Heath. We went to the Winchester house. It was kind of our first unofficial Spook and Hallow company outing because almost everyone there has worked on one of the Spook and Hallow shows. And you asked why Heath wasn't able to come, and now he's going to tell that story. Heath, tell me why I didn't invite you off the bat.
All right, so long story short, my wife and I love the haunted shows, the ghost hunters, the paranormal estate or paranormal state, all those ghost hunter shows. My wife, she loves it. She's also in tune with the other side. So she's not like an official medium, but she literally can, I won't say talk to the dead, but she has like spiritual knowledge of the other side.
She's very in tune.
She's very in tune. So she knows as well as I know that a lot of times when you go poking around the bear,
Okay.
so potentially you could bring something home with you. And she's like, yeah, honey, you may not know it, but I would know it instantly that there's, because I'm a dumb guy, right? I'm just going to go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom and come out, and there's like,
Bloody Mary.
It's like that-
yeah, attached to me, and I bring it home, right? And I wouldn't know because, duh.
It's like that scene in Ghostbusters with a giant demon attached to like Leslie Jones's shoulders. She's like, "Don't tell me.
Yeah.
I don't want to know."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So therefore, she's like, no, you're not going.
So we went to the Hornet. We were just telling the story earlier this evening. We went to the Hornet, part of the local Haunts show, our season finale, which is airing in January. Spoilers. We went to the Hornet, the USS Hornet, which is super haunted, and we had 10 spots, and we had 6 open, and I immediately thought like, oh, Natalia and Heath, like they'd want to come hang out. Natalia shut that down immediately. She's like, nope, have fun. And I found out tonight she didn't tell him at all. So,
You didn't even know they went?
Well, I knew they went, but I didn't know there was an invite.
Oh, man.
But I wouldn't have gone anyway because I know I'm the dumbass.
That's mad respect for her, though.
Well, it's still I'm the dumbass that, like I say, I'd go to the bathroom to go pee or wash my hands, and I'd dry my hands on the towel, and it would be like the shirt of Cthulhu. It would be Cthulhu's shirt, and he's like, "Oh, this dumbass is wiping his hands on my shirt. Let's follow this sucker home."
you're literally talking about bringing home Cthulhu to your family.
Yeah, right. I
I
mean,
brought home Cthulhu.
Do you think that's how it works, though? Because, I mean, I feel like...
I don't know if that's how it works.
Welcome them.
Yeah, I feel like you
have to invite
kind of bring that. I feel like you have to be receptive to that.
You have to do the Ouija board and just leave it open, and then
We did a Ouija board on the Hornet.
Ooh.
Did you for real?
Yeah, we did.
Yes,
Yeah, we did it like 3 o'clock in the morning.
That's like ringing the doorbell, like ding dong, we're here.
Yeah. Anyway, so
See, I'm like the exact opposite. I'm just a hard no.
you just hard note it. Like if I had invited you, it's hard.
Oh no, I would have absolutely gone.
Oh shit! No, I feel.
But I would have been like, oh, there's a ghost here. No, pass. No, just you, whoever you are or wherever you're at, you just stay right where you're at. Just no.
Yeah, there's that though. Like,
See-
how do you know though? Like,
Chief Petty
Well,
Officer,
first of
no
all, I
thanks.
would have just,
in the
I would have
future,
just noped it.
You just noped it.
I just would have noped it.
Noped Casper.
Yeah. You saw me nope that dude at the Winchester. I stiff armed that dude right back into his cupboard.
So every year the Winchester House in San Jose, if you've never been for Halloween, I highly recommend you going. They turn the house into a literal haunt. It's not a historical tour. It used to be where they would do the haunt, and they would add like a haunted like the blockbuster Hollywood version of the Winchester story. So it would be loosely based on the Winchester story, but they would like strap this narrative on it that just you walk through for an hour and they tell you a story that never happened. It's completely fictional.
Oh.
They turned the house into a spook house. This year they did away with all of that. They're like, no, I'm just going to turn into a haunted house. And they did. They just turned into a haunted house. So Sarah's walking through the house, and she had just gone through a spider tunnel. The spider tunnel had one of those air vents that goes,
Okay.
so it blows the air.
Mm-hmm.
I hate
She
spiders.
nearly tackled Anthony, but coming out of the hallway, there's this weird, super creepy scare actor with this weird boxy looking camera trying to take a picture of her. And what did you do? What did you do, Sarah? She like elbowed him upside the head, like, nope! Yeah.
She gave him the Heisman.
She's like, get on my face! And just pushed him all up.
I
like,
just
face
noped
palmed
him. I just
Like one of those
noped him.
slow motion turns where she just kind of
I'm
made her way.
surprised I didn't get in trouble. It was just a knee
Did you
jerk
mush it?
reaction.
Did
No,
you have
it's
like the
just-
grapefruit mush?
No, it was like a backhand.
Just
Just
palmed his head. Like, no.
Pimp hand is strong.
it was a total reaction. I mean,
No,
Did the guy say anything? Like, hey.
I was gone before I think he even realized,
He recovered
you know.
pretty quickly because we came in right behind them, and he had the camera all up in our faces. Did you guys go through the room where the woman's like, oh, I'll be your friend, I'll be here for you. I'll do this. And I'll
No,
do that,
she
do this."
straight told me to get out, that
Oh,
lady.
Yeah.
And I was like, babe, I'm trying.
Where is the door?
Where's the exit sign?
I'm working on it.
And luckily, he was right there.
Well,
Anyway, yeah.
it was a good time.
It was a good time. I highly recommend if you're in San Jose at Halloween time, going to the Winchester house. But I can't invite Heath because there's that risk that one of Sarah Winchester's friendly 999 spirits will
Are
attach
you guys
themselves.
going this year?
We just went.
Literally like
Wanna go?
Friday.
Yeah, probably the Winchester Mystery House because, it's not as, there's so much foot traffic going through there that the odds of me being the one dumbass that picks up something and brings it home
So
is
you
like,
think it's a numbers game.
yeah.
It's literally a numbers game. Like the ghosts are playing roulette. They're like,
Well, with the sheer volume of people that go, well, maybe not since COVID, but
Have you been there before?
yeah, as a kid, field trip,
Okay.
summer camp.
I will tell you, you will definitely cleave your head in several
'cause some of
spots.
those, yeah.
in that
I've been up
place.
the miniature stairwell, but I was a kid, so it was.
huge to you?
Those like sprinkler pipes in
Yeah.
that one stairwell.
Oh,
I would be
yeah.
more worried about your physical well-being than your spiritual well-being in that
Yeah,
place.
you're taller than I. You gotta duck a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're tall peoples. There's a lot of bending over and kneeling in that house. But Sarah was very small. So, yeah, that was a good night, though. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. It was a good night. And in the future, I will invite you. Because the story was that we actually had an outing, like a traditional outing with friends, and all of them got sick. Like we go traditionally with another family every year, right? So our kids hang out, and then Rob and I hang out. The co-host of Local Haunts, my friend Rob, we hang out. The family, it's like a family thing. But then 4 of the 6 of us got sick, and we're like, okay.
Now was that from beyond got sick, like some
No.
the doctor of the dead was like, I curse you.
I would think so. That'd be
Probably
kinda
not.
fun, but probably not. Yeah, no, just normal run-of-the-mill sick. Like, I think one of Max's school buddies got him sick. He brought the cold to school.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know if this is accurate, but when we were sheltered in place for 2 years, I think all of our immune systems got considerably weaker.
Yeah.
So
Plus, since school
I guess
just started again,
school just started again.
kids are disgusting. My kid was already home for a week after school started back up again because they haven't been around each other all summer. And then they get back together again, and
And those germs come flying in.
yeah, I mean they all touch things and they're gross.
And if
Kids are
they're in
gross.
The mouth.
Yeah.
Yes, it's kids can be gross. Any parents out there, kids can be gross. But anyway, he got sick, and he got pretty darn sick. He's still out of it. Like today is what, Sunday? It was Friday. We're supposed to go. He's still out of it. He's not feeling his best. So anyway, Rob got sick. My son got sick. I think his son dodged the bullet, and then his wife Susan got sick. So it was all bad. We had to find replacements on the dime, and had I known, see now I need to like check with Natalia what the checklist is. Like Hornet, nope.
Winchester,
sure. So it's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. So it's weird that you say that because when we did the Hornet, this is not spoilers because this won't be in the episode. When we did the Hornet, one of our guides that was walking us through said that the battleship became way more active when there were school children running through it. There's tons and tons and tons of kids. The spirits on the ship became way more active. They would flick the kids' hair. They would mess with them.
Because they're closer to the other side than, say, you and I are.
Oh, maybe.
Well, also, I mean, if you think back, I mean, sailors were like 18.
Yeah, a lot of them, yeah.
And I bet you a lot of them had little brothers.
Oh, there's that.
Little siblings.
Yeah,
It probably had a lot to do with that, you know?
That, yeah, as opposed to some random adult walking through the ship, because who cares about that? That's a good point. But I'll tell you one story, because I'm not sure I'll include it in the episode. One of our hosts that were walking us through, they were changing. So the ship is still, it's a museum, right? You can still walk people through for like tours and whatnot.
You can sleep on it too.
I slept at the ship, yeah. That was all part of the trip. Like you
Oh,
sleep
neat.
on it.
You can do it like with the scouts and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's what they do. They're talking about that, the scouts. If you ever go back, you'll have to come back and hang with us. I didn't sleep
I would
a
go.
week.
You
Yeah.
didn't?
Dude, no. I didn't sleep a week. I think I slept all of, and I use the word sleep very loosely. When I laid down, I was wearing a beanie at the time, and I rolled my beanie over my eyes so I wouldn't wake up to something unexpected. Like, here's the thing.
What were you expecting to wake up to?
We were in one of the most haunted places on the ship. We were in the medic bay. We were like in the hospital room. The next room. So like the stories go that if you wake up, you can see shadows and apparitions walking through the med bay, and if you like complain about being hurt, one of the apparition nurses will try to tend to you. It's funny because the guy, he's like, "Did you say like, oh my gosh, my legs hurt?" I'm like, no, I didn't say that because I'm good, thanks. Like I want to see a ghost, and that's why I have the show. Like I want to see, like I want to like catch one. I want to like.
But he rolled his beanie down over his eyes, huh?
But I don't.
I feel like you had your chance, bud.
I know. It's a weird dichotomy because you want to see one at the same time. Like I don't want to see one. But he was telling a story about like the most disturbing thing, and that only made it worse. He's like, I was changing the what do you call them? Like they were like fart sacks or whatever it was called, like the bed sacks, the bed mattresses,
the racks.
No, they're like the racks of beds that are very disturbing at nighttime. You're walking through all those beds. It's very disturbing. But he said he was like changing them. He saw like a person walk in the aisleway through the bed. And when he stood up, there was nobody there. He looked back down. It was like half an apparition. It was like there was like a half a body that walked past.
Which
him.
half?
I think it was like the top half or the bottom. Well, I forget what it was. Which is why the story.
Can you zoom in on him, please, so I could stop like worrying about making all these faces?
You can make all the faces you want. In the future, we'll answer your questions about my nonsense. But
What's the name of his other leg?
It was a crazy night, but we were up to like 3 o'clock in the morning. Actually, 3:45, and Ron zonked out.
The ghost hour.
It was the witching hour. Yeah, and I think that's what it was too. Like, actually, between that and the fact that I actually felt someone touch me on that ship that wasn't anybody around me, that was really weird. I tried to explain it away. So we were walking back to base camp, and Rob was a good like 30 feet behind me, and the kids were sleeping. And I felt someone like grab my shoulder, and I'm like, it must have been my hoodie. It must have been something. My hoodie was on my shoulder. There was nothing like something actually grabbed me and touched me. Actually, like the whole like, it was very freaky. I tried to explain it away, but there is no rational explanation for what happened at that particular moment.
Interesting.
It was interesting indeed. It was pretty awesome. But also,
I wish your wife was here.
Yeah, I love Natalia. I wish Natalia was here too.
She was gonna
Call her
come.
up. No.
She was gonna come, but she was like, she can't do the game show. She's like, I can't think that fast to trigger your story.
Lightning fast, yeah.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
but I said maybe next time.
All right, so maybe next time should be fun. You can do this. This is. I would love to hear her ghost stories on this chat. Those would be some good.
It would be very interesting.
That would be some good YouTube.
It would be
content, right?
Yeah.
That would be some solid tube action.
For sure.
Yeah.
Just,
we actually have like an actual ghost that we're gonna show off on one of these episodes. It's actually like visible evidence.
Bullshit.
I shit you not. I will show you after we're done.
Show me your ghost, Rob.
I will literally show you after we're done. Not on film. That's for later. Tune in, kids.
no spoilers.
No spoilers.
Same bad time, same bad channel.
You gotta just hang out and watch. That's gonna be the gay '90s episode.
Ah,
Two things.
okay.
So, hey, was that my car?
That
What?
was
I'm not gonna bang
it was the
sorry.
ghost from the video he's going to show us.
I don't appreciate the being mocked. I have a literal. I
believe
wouldn't tell
it.
you I had a video.
I
It's actually got a
believe.
video to show you.
I believe.
It's like a guy like in a towel, like a sheet, like with the holes cut out. Woo!
A guy
The
like
Charlie
that
Brown
came to my
ghost?
show today.
Did do tell about the show.
Yeah.
So what show?
Okay, so I had a show today.
So let's start at the beginning. Sarah makes jewelry.
Hey, I make jewelry.
Lion and Lamb Studios.
Yes, so I make jewelry for a living, and I had a show today. I was at the Menagerie Oddities and Curiosities pop-up at Gilman Brewing today, and someone came to the show in a red floor-length sheet with 2 eye holes cut out,
A red one.
and the Russian flag painted on the front.
In protest?
I hope. They were also wearing Vans, so I think they maybe weren't taking themselves too seriously.
No shoes,
what
no shirt, no dice. That's what that was
What
about.
is the symbolism behind?
Dude, I don't,
that.
it was in Berkeley
Oh, he was
and
the
it was
Red
on
Scare.
Gilman.
Well,
It's a metaphor. He's the Red Scare.
the
right?
Charlie Brown ghost, you just put a sheet on, cut 2 eye holes out, and you just,
Well, in Charlie's case, like all the holes, right?
yeah.
It was really random.
Wow.
It was really random.
Yeah, that's.
And the Russian flag?
Yeah, like
With, like the old Russian flag or the new Russian
it was
flag?
like the sickle.
Oh,
the
so
Soviet flag.
Soviet flag, the old one. Okay,
It was super weird.
interesting.
That
Very,
is-
very homemade, like kind of flaky paint. Super weird.
That is indeed incredibly strange.
And then still like actively shopping. So like leaning forward to like look at all the
Well, I mean,
stuff.
just 'cause you put a
And
costume
then
on
like
doesn't mean you're
grabbing
not
to like adjust the eye holes to like try and see, and then still asking about pricing and stuff. Is super weird.
Maybe
super
they-
weird.
they- maybe they lost a bet.
And
Maybe.
character.
Yeah.
Right? You can't pull your eye holes down. You commit to the role.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be a ghost, like a Beetlejuice ghost, you commit to that role. You don't
Yeah.
pull eye holes down. You commit.
They had to have lost a bet.
Shame on you.
Like you're not gonna go there.
Shame on you.
You can't. I bet you $100 you can't go there in a red Soviet
I
flag
would typically agree
with some
you,
Vans on.
but
In Vans.
In this day and age, like people just are having all the funds, right? Trying to get all the attention.
It was
People
very
want the
weird.
So while you were at your table or your booth,
Yes.
you're doing your thing, and what you see out of the corner of your eye, like the red specter coming your way. And is that what happened? You're like, what the hell?
No, man, it was Berkeley. You just take it in stride.
Enough said. It was Berkeley.
So we should go over a few things. Release schedules. So the Spook Hallow release schedule, we have 4 shows. This one of them. Our very first release is Local Haunts. That's the show that my friend Rob and I will go out to supposedly like haunted locations, and we'll look for spooks. We'll check things out and see if we can find any sort of evidence. So Local Haunts airs on Wednesdays. And then on Friday we air Don't Get Spooked. My guy Heath and I will sit around a campfire and we'll spin a wheel and we'll generate random prompts 18 times, and we'll tell a completely random story and try to make things make sense. It doesn't always work, but it's always a lot of fun.
That is true.
And then the following Wednesday, Tales of the Macabre. Well, you'll see Sarah introduce our episodes and outroduce our episode, which is not really a word, but we're going to say outroduce anyway. We're going to outroduce them. But Sarah does great. She is literally better than Elvira and Vincent Price and Roz when I put together. I will go on that limb for you because girl is amazing. But that's where I stretch my horror bones. We make a bunch of short little horror films, and we tell them Twilight Zone style, right? We have little intros, and each one has a little message attached to it. And fun fact, because we're just getting started, we have to think about the future. I actually have like 2 writers on board for season 2, which is kind of fun.
That's
Woohoo.
Which is kind of neat because it takes like all 7 episodes of Tales for the season. I wrote them all, and which is cool, but it's also kind of fun to hear other people's stories and see other things brought to life, right? And have things done that I wouldn't normally do, which is kind of a blasty blast. It's a good time. But then after that, on Friday, we do the Spook Chat, which I'm hoping will be as fun as this one every single time, because this, I'm going to work hard to bring these 2 back every time, because I feel like co-hosts would be awesome, because this has been so much fun. And that's our cycle. We basically air in a bi-weekly cycle. We have 4 shows, Wednesday, Friday, and then the cycle repeats. And we will go, first season goes all the way until January, mid-January.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're going to take a 2-week break. That's the plan, a 2-week break. But in those 2 weeks, I have a couple things lined up. My friends have some little mini shows, little like one-offs here and there we'll do just to kind of break the seasons up. So you and I can have more time to record and write things. And I'm not going to say outsource those shows, but I have other people working on my little mini breaks. So we can focus more on our big shows and get those going and bring Sarah back. Hopefully one day we'll have an actual set in a studio. That would be amazing.
This is great.
It is great. This is our Tales set. Again, a little reworked for this particular show, but it'd be nice to actually have a studio on a set and not built in my garage. So everybody, this has been the Spook and Hallow Spook Chat. So welcome, thanks for joining us for this silly fun chat. Like I said, in the future, it'll be more focused, but we will talk back to you, we will answer your questions, and we will involve you in the conversation. Stay tuned for the after show on Patreon. We're gonna just keep on telling more stories and have some more fun and hang out. That's exclusive to Patreon members only, so do join us there. I believe it's available. It's
6 wings and everything.
it's yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time. Just jump on board, check it out. If you really enjoyed this, like I have, you guys are fantastic. I'm really hoping these guys will come back week after week and shoot this show with me, because that'd be lots of us. Cheers to you guys. You've been amazing. My friends, I have amazing friends, and I can't think of any 2 people that I'd rather have this chat with. It's funny because this one actually looks like coffee. Anyway, so thanks for joining us, and we will see you in 2 weeks. 2K. Have a good night, guys. Take care. Bye.
Of like a Witcher Superman sandwich.
It's the same guy.
I know. Listen, it's fantasy, okay?
Wait until like the metaverse happens. Fast being like weird circular cartoon characters that
I hope you got that on film.
I did.
Fucking internet that.
Everyone is covered up, and I had no clue. So I'm standing there, no big deal. We go inside, we sit down, got popcorn, and I got my soda, and it starts. And all hell breaks loose. And I am like, what the is going on here? And people are jumping up, screaming. I'm like, down in front! I can't see!
Because you don't know that.
I had no clue!
Ooh, have you ever shown up to a place not thinking you were going to be on an OnlyFans site, and then it was?
Oh, that's a great question.
Better.
Yeah.
Right? Imagine that. You just show up, you're like, here. But, and then finding out, like, you show up to a place that smells a lot like a porn set. Like,
Ew.
Oh, no.
Smells like a
Not sound, smells. Like, you have to think that this is not making joke, obviously.
Crisco. Bacon. And I only know I have a coworker.
Wait, what?
I have a coworker who, while he was in college, you got to pay the bills. He was an art student.
Story unfolds.
He was an art student,
We're on this journey
and
together.